Hey, this is Tess Wicks, host of the Words of Money podcast, and welcome back to our Monday video series. We are back talking about how to pay off debt. And in the last episode, we talked about how to find extra money to go towards that debt so we can really pay off our debt fast. Today, we're going to talk about the different methods that there are to rapidly reduce your debt. Let's go back to last week's episode about finding extra money. Why do you want to find extra money to pay off debt? Well, when you can pay off your debt faster, which means you're making extra payments on top of your regular minimum payments, then you will rapidly decrease the amount of interest you're going to be paying over time. So not only will your term of your loan be shortened, but you'll also be paying less in interest, which that means whatever you bought, whether it was college or a car, is going to cost less for you if you can pay it faster. The first thing you want to do is make sure your extra payments are going towards the principal of the loan balance you want them to go to. So call up your lender, let them know what you're doing, and let them know that you only want that payment to go towards that one loan that you're really trying to blast away. Your loan payments are going to get paid, but first the lender is going to apply your payments towards interest and fees that are remaining, and then it's going to go to your principal. If you're making your minimum payments, you should be covered there. So then you want to make those extra payments towards the principal of the balance of your loan. So just call your lender, especially if you have multiple loans under one lender, to let them know which loan you want to start off with. I recommend divide and conquering so you can tackle one loan at a time, eliminate it from your life, and then move on to the next. Once you've done your due diligence on the logistics of making those extra loan payments, then you need to set the practice in place of paying your loans. So you're probably already making minimum payments, which is great. I want you to continue to make minimum payments on every single one of your loans. We've talked about this in the first video about how to make sure you're making those minimum payments and then finding the extra money on top of that, because those minimum payments are really your living expenses enabling you to live your life. So make the minimum payments and then look for the extra money to apply. That extra money is going to go towards the balance of your loan. So you've called your lender and let them know what you're planning to do. And you're making all of the minimum payments across the board on all of your loans. The next step is to find a method that works for you. Now, when you're making that extra cash, say you have an extra $1,000 a month, you can allocate that however you want. What we want to do is divide and conquer. That means tackle one of your loan amounts first and then start going down with the others. So first things first, you're already paying the minimum payments on all of your debts. Now, if you have various different loans out there, so let's say you have a car loan, a credit card, a student loan, and maybe a loan to mom and dad, those are all going to have different balances as well. You're also going to have different interest rates that correspond with those loans. So the first method you can take on is called the snowball method. The snowball method works on a behavioral, psychological method. Now, it's all about conquering and getting the small wins first. So what you're going to do is you're going to order your debt from smallest to largest. Make all in the minimum payments on all of your debt balances, and then you're going to tackle the first one, which is the smallest balance you have. All of that extra money, say it's that $1,000, is going to go towards the remaining balance on your loan. So every month, you're going to shove that extra money towards that first loan until it is completely paid off. Once it's completely paid off, it's gone, and you only have 3 loans left, or however many you have left. Next, you're going to take that extra $1,000 and apply it to that second loan. So it doesn't matter what the interest rates are, we're not worrying about that. We're just looking at the smallest to the largest balance so we can start paying off our loans fast and getting rid of those line items in our budget. The next method is the Avalanche method. This is more of the fiscally responsible method because it looks at the interest rate and how much you're going to be paying on interest on the loan amount that you've taken. The higher the interest rate you have on that loan, the more money you're paying that you didn't intend to pay in the first place. So if you can pay it off faster, you're going to save a lot more money in interest. So what you do with this loan is you order your loan amounts, your debt payments, in the order of interest, from highest to lowest rate. Again, you're going to be making all of your minimum payments here, but you're going to tackle and put all that extra money, that extra $1,000 you have each month, towards the highest interest rate loan until that loan is gone. So if you have $20,000 or $30,000 of student loan balance remaining, you're just gonna do that for as many months as it takes until you can wipe that one out. You're not worrying so much about the lower balance loans because they might have also a lower interest rate. Once that line is gone, again, you eliminate it and you move on to the next loan. Still making the minimum payments on the other ones, but now you're gonna take that extra $1,000 and apply it to the next loan with the next highest interest rate. The third method has to do more with your personal situation. So some of us might receive loans from mom and dad, or a boyfriend, or another family member, and they might not actually make you make minimum payments to pay it back, or they might not be adding interest for you to pay it back, but it could have a heavy weight on how guilty you feel or how much pressure you do feel to pay it back because you really want to cut the cord and be completely independent. So if you're really tied to these loans and feel maybe a little bit trapped because you owe someone money, then it's best to pay that one back first. So there's no right or wrong answer here. You can make sure you're making all of your minimum payments on your other loans and then just put that extra money towards paying that person back that you owe because you feel guilty or you feel under pressure to pay them back. This is totally okay. You just have to do what works best for you. But remember, if you can start making extra payments towards the principal of your loan, you can start greatly reducing the amount of interest and how much the true cost of what you buy will actually be worth at the end of the day. So start making those extra payments and go blast away that debt so you can achieve that ultimate financial freedom. This was episode 42 of the Words of Money podcast. If you want to hear my one-on-one interviews, make sure you go and check out the podcast on iTunes or Stitcher. I'll link them up here. And go to tesswicks.com to see everything else we have going on here for Words and Money. It was awesome hanging out with you today. Have a wonderful week.